What's your pyramid theories? They are megalithic energy sources. Have been around much longer than most archaeologists believe. I think the Egyptians found the fucking things. That's what I think. They didn't build shit. What if they are just the tips? I think they took a lot longer to build than people traditionally believe. They'd say it took them between 27–60 years to build the Great Pyramid. By comparison, it took 36 years to finish the Washington Monument. They were built by an incredibly advanced civilization that used harmonics to move heavy stone. Their purpose? Not a tomb. Maybe a power plant for wireless power. That they existed longer than what our all-knowing archaeologists believe. Plus there are many other things about pyramids that aren't being released as well. Like Egypt's government has interfered with archaeologists investigating stuff in the past, and I believe China has some of their pyramids locked down too. Edit also that the civilizations that we know of that lived alongside them only found them. I think they predate the Egyptians, but their purpose is likely something to do with harnessing energy from the universe, which explains why they line up with constellations perhaps. They're antediluvian, but other than that who knows? I've been down this route. I tried and looked into what and when I can for the last few years. The only conclusion I come to is that the Egyptians that wore towels for clothing were literally just the tenants to the surrounding area, almost like a tourist attraction for them, also like it is to us in this day and age. So basically, fuck knows. It's a massive acoustic battery. Put two chemicals into the two chambers. Evidence of over-mixture in the mixing shaft and subsequent chambers above. Large stress cracks from the explosion inside. Underground river that would provide the electrical current by constant motion. Literally Tesla's reinvention of pulling free energy out of the biosphere while amplifying and distributing. A mix of giants and ancient technology. If I remember correctly, according to the KGB's Project Orion, they were built by putting gold powder or melting gold onto the stones and then moved by an object that produced a loud humming noise. Similar to the video of the didgeridoo player moving pieces of paper or foil with the vibration the instrument produced. It also says they are strategically placed to prevent one of the previous pole shifts from happening that would have wiped out civilization. Something about it changes the electromagnetism of the Earth. I have this insane theory that the Nile River flooded regularly, creating great harvests but also periods in which you could not farm. The state grew wealthy this way, but had a problem of unemployment during the floods. In order to balance this, the state invested in massive public works projects, which kept the farmers busy on the off-season and redistributed some of the wealth back to them. At first they built great tombs and monuments as symbols of cultural unity, such as the pyramids, then moved more to practical works such as irrigation. Crazy. Huh? Precursor civilization aliens. Everyone on the freaking planet wanted a pyramid. Pyramids way older than we are told. Egyptians just former slaves pretending to be pharaoh. Lots of pictures on the walls because the pretenders were illiterate. Mummies and organs in jars. The slaves saw surgeries. Organs being replaced. Burial ritual locations lined up to match star systems. Plato speaks of traveling to Egypt, being born again for 3 days nights. All the mystery school teachings come out of the East. Freemasonry gets its shit from the East. I believe people were way smarter in those days than the vast majority of sheeple today. Cleopatra's time is closer to the invention of the iPhone than the building of the pyramids. Most probably the pyramids are even older than that. Funny how no tools or diagrams or instructions on how they built the pyramids, yet they have so much hieroglyphics on the gods and journey to the next world. My guess is lost civilization technology from an older civilization. Because it wasn't possible, they carved 2 million stones in the time the people thought it was done. During Khufu's family's reign. Ancient civilization with forgotten technology. Could have been an ice age or any other catastrophe, but I think humans have had advanced technology before, but something threw us back into the Bronze Age. Disclaimer: I don't know fuck all about what I'm talking about though. My theory is that they have a wide four-sided base, but the sides converge to a point at the top. My theory is we have no idea how they build those things. They are incredible. I'd like to hear theories on WTF happened to Thanos. Some alien race was like, let's build structure that would prove that we were on Earth and that we have better technology than humans will in 20,000 years. They utilize the telluric SND electromagnetic energy all around us. Also look into ancient temples like Osiris, Edfu, and Osiris. The way they're structured by the layout strangely resembles today's microchips. Built block by pouring a limestone polymer cement mixture. Built for energy sources using telluric currents from the aquifers underneath to charge the ether and ionosphere with wireless energy. Obelisks could be junction points. For some reason I feel like Mercury had something to do with it, maybe inside the capstone of gold. I dunno lol. The scariest theory of them all. That there is nothing supernatural or alien about them at all. Ancient civilization like 10k plus years back built the complex, originally the Sphinx and the older temples around the pyramids, and then the civilization crumbled, leaving the people there, and through oral tradition the area stayed sacred, and through time people forgot why it was sacred, just that it was. And then the Egyptians built the newer part of it. Study Dr. Joseph Farrell. He knows it all. Watch him interviewed by Dark Journalist. Pyramid was interdimensional weapon. Could be something super advanced. Or could have just been a monument. Certain place in Florida actually built using similar harmonics. Weird world lol. The remains of an old civilization. There's a guy on TikTok claiming the Ark of the Covenant was stored in the king's chamber and matches the dimensions to biblical references. He then presents the theory it was a type of radiation source that was used to generate power. The bottom line is, there was no way to build them at the time considering their equipment. The numerological and astrological lineups multiply the phenomenon tenfold. They're giant mathematical equations that allowed past human civilizations to communicate information to future generations through the universal language of math. Free measurement on the pyramids is an important part of the history of the world's mathematics. I think they're older than they claim. And Cheops certainly wasn't built in around 20 years. Even by modern calculation of 700,000 stones, not 2.3 million like many sources say. Power station meant to pull electrons from the isosphere and used the sound waves bouncing off the walls to create electricity at that frequency.